Hey, sexy mamas. I hope you're having a great week so far. I wanted to address in video form because it's going to be much easier and faster for me this way. A question that Stacy posted in the closed Facebook group. Definitely worth sharing this way. She says, "Hey Lucy, I was wondering if you'd share with us in a video or a post how you teach your kids about the word sexy, whether or not they use it, whether you say it only applies to grown-ups, etc. I'm very curious for your thoughts on this, and you can plug your kid journal." Ooh, yes, I like that because we do have a 30-day cool kids journal. Okay, example, she says, "My kids hear the word a lot in Caleb's dance videos." Oh yeah, the famous Marshall. "Or on dancing shows. I don't want to stigmatize the word, but at the same time, it does refer to wanting to have sex with a person at its most literal. Please share your thoughts with us." Okay, so these are my thoughts. I'm first of all, I'm forthcoming with my kids. I'm not gonna say, "Hey kids, this is the how the whole process of a man being with a woman works." Not quite like that, but we don't shy around the word sexy in different ways. So one, I do acknowledge that it is used in that way, and so they know. So they're not blind to the fact that if a man calls a woman sexy in a context out in the world, he's probably not thinking, "Oh, this woman is really comfortable in her own skin and believes in herself, and she's radiant and has a lot of self confidence." That's probably probably not. If you find a man who thinks that way and finds a woman by definition sexy in that way, keep him. Okay, keep him or send him to a single friend who deserves a good man. Okay. Two, I do also educate them on my personal mission to expand, and actually I would love to redefine what sexy means. I know that that's not completely realistic, but let's at least expand the definition to include this, that sexy is, when describing a person, someone who is completely comfortable in their own skin, who can own their life, their choices, their emotions. So it's very much more an inner and a soul, a spirit level thing. Um, to get that level of sexiness doesn't happen by accident. It's not genetics. It's not your workout. It's a very intentional thing that you work on within yourself. So my kids are familiar with it more in that context than in any other way because I mean, I live and breathe sexy living. I do. As far as them saying the word, we we tell them that this is how we like to think of sexy. This is how we define sexy. But the reality is that out in the world, at school, in your context of everyday life, it will be misunderstood. So as a kid, we tell them it's not appropriate for you to be running around saying, "Sexy, sexy, I'm sexy, you're sexy." So at home, we have some things that we discuss openly. We have different ideas about things, and that's one of the things that I really want to expand within the sexy mama movement is, honestly, just the being comfortable talking about these kinds of things with our kids, because uh, in my upbringing it was kind of a thing that was we shied away from. We didn't talk about this stuff, and that's no knocks against my family. It's just the way that it was, and it's the way that they were brought up, and I want to have more of the openness in that regard with my kids. So anyway, you can take that with a grain of salt. That's how we handle the word sexy. Yeah, and I'd like to hear your thoughts and response.